What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rugged Adventures. I'm super happy to have you guys here, just like I say every time, but especially on this Memorial Day weekend. Thank you to all the veterans out there, but this Memorial Day weekend isn't only, for the 3-day weekend and going out on your boat or whatever. It is to remember the folks that went overseas or to some far-flung area with good intentions, was not able to make it back. We remember those folks today and during this weekend of Memorial Day weekend that laid down their lives for us so that we can pursue our rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You all will probably be pretty darn happy if you have one of these Smith and Wesson M&P 1522s. This is a 22 long rifle that looks like an AR-15, and I'm about ready to give you 25 reasons why this is one of the most fun, best guns to have just in general over pretty much anything else. We're going to get on the hearing and eye protection here real quick and give you an idea about why this gun is one of my favorites that I've ever shot. Here we go. $25 reasons right there. And the best part about that is that at today's going rate for 22 long rifle ammo, it's like 5 cents a shot. So we just burned like $1.25 in ammunition and put nearly, I think, every single one on target with, no real recoil, no real, having to reacquire your target or anything like that. And that is what makes this gun one of the most fun, if not the most fun gun that I've ever shot. I've recently posted a whole bunch of shorts that didn't get any views because I'm not able to monetize them because they are full auto. So YouTube doesn't like full auto content. But I was out shooting with some guys and we had full auto MP5s, we had a PPSH 41, AK-47, M16, and then they had a couple of these sitting around, and the gun that was shot the most was this. And this gun is awesome because when you are done shooting your big guns, your AR-15s, your AK-47s, your 308s, 50 cals, and all that stuff that folks love to see on YouTube because it's much harder to either acquire those guns, pay to feed them, or you may not have the space to shoot them like we do out here. But once you're done with that for the day and you're just hanging out with your buddies, having one of these that you can just plink around with, I mean, you could realistically shoot this pretty one-handed. It is a really fun gun to have. And I'll put it here in front of the camera. You guys can see here, it looks very similar to a typical AR-15. It's got the AR-15 handle. It's got the typical rail, the Picatinny rail on top. You can put all your stuff on there. All this is M-LOK, so you can put whatever types of foregrips or lasers or whatever it is that you want to put on here. This one came with the M&P. The M&P red dot. It seems to be relatively accurate. It also came with the collapsible buttstock. It is very similar in a lot of ways to an AR-15. If you just want to do some plinking or some target training with an AR-15 type platform and not spend the, I think 5.56 right now is going for about 30 cents a round, maybe 27 cents a round. So for the cost of 3 or 4 or 5 rounds of that, you're putting 25 down range with this. As well, if you want to bring your children out, start to teach them how to shoot, or someone who has never shot before, this is great because it looks like the real thing. But when you're shooting it, even with an AR-15 that doesn't have a lot of recoil, you still get a little bit of kickback, and that is intimidating to a lot of new shooters and a lot of younger shooters. So this gun is very nice for those folks that haven't shot a lot, or if you're just wanting to wind down for the day. But let's put some more ammo through this. I brought us some targets that we can shoot because 22 LR, I think, gets a really bad rap as far as not being very powerful, not having any stopping capacity or whatever. And really, for us, for me, for 90% of the time, I shouldn't even say like 100% of the time, I am just shooting for fun and for target practice. So really, a lot of those things are just talking points and things to argue with your buddies around the campfire. To show the absolute devastation that a 22 long rifle can wreak, I have bought this pineapple here. We've pushed it onto a bolt and it's got some fresh squeezed pineapple juice out of it. Well, we're gonna put 25 into that. Again, it's only gonna be like $1.25, so you can just keep pumping ammo into it and really see what that ends up doing. It's already on the ground with just like 4 or 5. So even with just a few 22s, this thing is blown to bits. So, you know, if a 22 didn't have any stopping power, any, you know, energy or whatever whatsoever, it would have just gone right through this or, you know, not really done anything. We'll put it down there near the subathon sign where we're still, you know, trying to feed all of these hungry guns worldwide, and we would appreciate for just one subscriber, we could possibly feed one or maybe two of these guns. Heck, I don't know. But be sure to subscribe down below, hit the like button if you want to keep seeing stuff like this. We're going to finish this off and then get into the next set of targets. All right, I went out and bought us some of the most durable, best sody pops that I could possibly buy us from the old standard Walmart, and we are going to see what a 22 will do to this, see if I can pick these off row by row. I have no idea. This table isn't exactly in the greatest shape. It's not terribly level, and they already want to fall down, but we're going to do that and then let the flies and the bees clean up the rest. Well, they all sort of fell down, but we at least got that first one off before they all went to the ground. This gun has very little recoil, so your time to reacquire your target should be pretty low. Let's see what we can do with these last 5 cans that we didn't get out of the original stack. And as you can see right there, 5 shots, relatively quick. The timer on the camera says 20 seconds from when I started recording this thing. This is great. This is a great gun for just coming out here, quickly target shooting, and it's also cool because you can put any type of accessory that you would put on an AR-15, your favorite AR build out, even though, you know, a hand grip, a foregrip, a big scope or something like that probably isn't something that you're going to need or want with this type of gun, since it's really just a plinking gun. But there is one accessory that I absolutely recommend that you get for this gun and probably for every other gun that you possibly can, because it is so cool, and I'm gonna run and get it from my truck. So guys, in my opinion, the best accessory for this rifle is this silencer right here. It makes everything about shooting better on this particular gun and all the other guns. But if I was going to put any accessory other than like a red dot on here, and I was looking these up real quick while we were off camera, and you can get this gun for like $450. It is a cheap firearm, especially, you know, just for screwing around with the boys after you're done with your regular shoot. I have seen suppressors online for down to like $269 for 22 long rifles specifically, obviously plus $200 tax stamp to good old Uncle Sam, and then the almost 1 year waiting period that you're going to have because that's just how long it takes to get things done. But this makes shooting more fun. It's much better on your hearing, even if you're wearing ear protection, especially on larger calibers with larger suppressors, and it looks cool. Like, there's just no denying it that a gun with a suppressor looks cool. So let's put some of these downrange with the with supersonics. And the thing is, with the supersonics, the ones that are just barely above the speed of sound, about half of these come out of this barrel going supersonic and about half don't. So these are supersonics, and you know, we've done this before on other videos, and I'll link some of those up there so you can get like the full review of this suppressor. But here we are with supersonics. That one there went supersonic, if you guys could hear it. You know, and occasionally that'll happen. There's a couple of them that went supersonic. And then if I step off camera and put some subsonics in here, and I hate not being able to show you guys, but YouTube kind of gets a little weird sometimes with loading magazines. They demonetize a couple of my videos. But now these are subsonics. These are CCI clean subsonics. They should go below the speed of sound, which is right around 1050 feet per second, something like that, and we'll see what the difference is. I mean, it's like nothing at all. And when you end up hitting a target with it, you know, because the target is the majority of the sound that you end up getting off of it. And if you guys are shooting subsonics and you're shooting for any sort of range, you know, beyond the 50 or so yards that we're shooting here, you will need to re-sight this in, because it does have different ballistics than your full sonic or, you know, your supersonic rounds. But the M&P 22 with a suppressor, with subsonic rounds, no hearing protection. I know some people are going to say, well, 22s aren't that loud anyway. If you do fire supersonic 22s over a long period of time, you know, I have shot over probably 200 rounds here today. You do that on a regular basis, which you may not if you're not a gun YouTuber. You're going to get some hearing problems. You're going to get tinnitus, and you're just not going to have that great of a time when you could be out here having a simply awesome time. Another thing that's pretty cool about the 22 long rifle in general and the oh, I'm not hitting that one. There we go. And subsonics is that you can actually see the bullet in flight. It's going slow enough that you can actually see it. And that is a pretty neat thing, to be able to see the bullet long range. And that is another 25 out of this M&P 1522. So guys, if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button for me. It really helps me out in the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't been here with us for a while, subscribe down below. We do all sorts of cool stuff like this with all the different guns and ATVs and such. I appreciate you guys watching today. I'll see you in the next one. How about 25 into a weed eater head? Let's see what that does. I mean, I would say that that did some damage. That's not nothing right there. Let's look at the backside. Looks like all those rounds kind of came down and blew out the bottom part of that cylinder, the exhaust manifold right there. So, you know, I think saying that the 22 LR doesn't have any power, I think that's a bit of erroneous, so to speak. It may not be what the 223 or you know, 308 or 50 cal is, but I wouldn't want to stand in the way of it.